Hi everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Kendra and welcome to Kendra Full of Joy. I have a sponsored review today. So I want to welcome the new people that have never been here before. I don't do these very often. In fact, I think it's my second and I've been at this for 2.5 years, maybe almost 3. Yeah, it'll be 3 next month. So anyway, it's from the company called Magnifique.com. And they make these wonderful cookers, and they make them in all colors. They come in black, white, red, brushed steel, and this, let me point at this. I'm not sure what color this is, but I would call it a brushed gray, maybe. So they have slow cookers like this, the round casserole slow cooker, and then they have the serving bowl slow cooker. And they have the oven safe casserole slow cooker, and they have the oval slow cooker, and that's just a few. They have rice cookers too, and they just have a lot of really cool things. And so they sent me, with the agreement that I would do a review, they sent me their 4-quart, and that is the Magnifique oven safe casserole slow cooker. You can get these on Amazon. You can get them right here on their website, which is www.magnifique.com. Okay, so we're going to go in the kitchen. I'm going to unbox. I've already taken it out of the box, but I'll show you how it came so that you can see how it would look when you order it, if you choose to order it. Let's go. I have such a cool recipe, one I've never tried before. I think you might like it. All right, here is the box that it came in. Oven safe casserole and slow cooker. So it says what model it is, what color it is. They said, what color do you want? And I said red, and they sent me white, but that's fine, you know. Experience delight, it says. So it also comes right on the top with this hybrid casserole slow cooker. And then it has, you know, information on this. And then it's an owner guide. Read and keep these instructions. And on the back it has this. So let me show you some more inside. So I am familiar with crock pots and how they work and that and whatnot. And I have 2 right now. With a third with this one that this company, Magnifique.com, just sent. But I have this little one. And it has its place. You know, at a big meal I might make just mashed potatoes in this and keep them warm. You know, like for a family Thanksgiving or whatever. And then I'll show you my larger one now. And then I have a large crock pot that I keep in, I'm actually in the laundry room. I think you can probably hear my washing machine. You know, so I keep my bigger appliances on top of this. So here's my big one. And now we're going to go look at this new one. Okay, here it is. It's 4 pieces. It's literally 4 pieces. So, and one of them is to lock down the lid, which I thought at first, and I'll show you, that was a little, I don't know, you know, seemed too simple. But wait till you see this. It's brilliant in design, I think. Okay, so here is the actual, you know, engine. This is what puts it all together. Provides the heat that you plug in. And where's my plug? Where's my plug? Here it is. So just plug it in, you know, standard US kind of deal here. And it's got high, low, warm, start, stop. It's refreshing when you use the other kinds of kitchen appliances that have a whole lot of bells and whistles. This is old school, you know, keeps it warm, cooks it, turns it off. Then it has this, I'll show you that in a minute. It has a nice oval lid, nice big oval lid. The oval lid has the rubber gasket all the way around. I love those. Again, this can go in the dishwasher, but not this. All right, so then here's the crock that you put inside, and I'll show you that again in a minute. So I asked for red, they gave me white. When white arrived, it's not white, it's bone, which I kind of thought was cool because, let me show you a difference. I don't know if it'll show up on camera or not. Oh, I don't think it's showing up, but this paper is white, and this is more of a bone white or an antique white. I like it because it looks a little tiny bit vintage, especially with this shape and that the fact that it's stoneware, made of stoneware. Goes in your dishwasher, goes in your dishwasher, does not go in your dishwasher. Let me put it together and show you. And there it is. Now let me see if I can do with one hand what this rubber thing does. So it actually looks like a gasket. It's black and it's hollow. It's black tubing, but it's hollow. Yeah, tubing means hollow, doesn't it? So it's not thick. It's kind of, let's see if it's stretchy like a rubber band. It is very stretchy. Watch, well, it has to be. Watch this. So this is your closure. Let's see if I can do it with one hand. I wish I had somebody here with me. I can't. I'm going to have to show you how it looks after the fact. This is how you close it for travel, I would think. I would be altogether happy with putting this together like this. Just don't lose this. After you wash your unit, I would put this inside the cooker and store it that way. Of course, you could always go to the hardware store and get another, or contact the company if you needed another because you lost it. You saw that white, it was a bit of the packing. Okay, I'm liking it so far. So if you have any questions, I would love it if you posted them in below, you know. And I think I said it's available at their website and it's available on Amazon. And I think the lowest price base that I saw was $49.95 or something like that. So what I'm going to do with it today is a dessert. And I've never done that in a crock pot, I don't think, that I can remember. And I'm excited to try it because it's nearly August and it gets hot up in here. You know what I mean? It really, really does. So this is not going to heat up my kitchen like my oven is going to if I do this dessert. And I'm going to show you that next. Let me show you here in the back of the book that it comes with. It gives some recipes. They've got a recipe for baby back ribs, red pudding with warm butterscotch sauce. Yes, please. Hash brown breakfast casserole. That would be awesome. I like that you don't have to dig deep like some others, you know. You can just scoop. It's right there because it's a shallower, longer. Same amount, but shallow. And then penne macaroni and cheese. So just some recipes it says to get you started. But of course I had to go off out of here. No, I have my own ideas. All right, I just gave the new baby its first bath. So it was easy to wash. I made sure that I got a little soap inside this part of the gasket and rinsed it really, really well. Ran my finger all around it to be sure that it was no soap in it. And this, I want to say, although it looks like it would be heavy stoneware, and it is stoneware, it's not heavy. It is my lighter slow cooker. Lighter as in weight. So I really appreciate that because I have arthritis in my hands and, you know, doing dishes is a struggle sometimes when things are heavy, when you have weaker hands and joints. All right, so I'm going to dry these off real well and get it ready to go. Okay, she is washed and dried. I don't know if you can see this enough to tell what I'm seeing, but the whole inside and outside of this particular slow cooker, and again it's a 4-quart, is textured. The other slow cookers that I have are not textured at all. So it's in the corners, up the sides, on the inside, on the outside. Not so much the handle. The handle is more of a smooth, interesting. And I'm wondering if this texture doesn't help moisture, steam, heat to get, you know, more up under everything. Kind of just slightly lifts it, and it might be my imagination, and we're about to find out. But here we go. Here's something I didn't notice until just now. When you wrap your cord around it, you could probably wrap it like this too. This is mainly to catch the gasket that holds it closed. So here's something I was thinking. This would be the perfect size to take to, you know, if you've got a mom's group meeting, homeschool meeting, a church potluck, a ladies sewing potluck, anything that, or it could be, you know, a guy's thing too, but I'm only telling you my particular things I've been to. So, and to keep it from spilling in your car, well, unless you turn your car upside down and it can't help you. You know what I mean? It's a little extra safety measure. It doesn't lock down like with latches, but this definitely, because of this rubber gasket, keeps it intact inside, I believe. All right, you guys, before you know it, it's going to be cold mornings, cool evenings. You know, fall is coming, autumn is coming. Surely it is. It's officially, I think, just about 6 weeks away. So here it is. I'm going to make, a lot of you know what this is. It's a dump cake, but I have some spins on it. First of all, I've never used one in a slow cooker before, and I think that you can, especially when it's a shallow one like this one. This looks just like a cake, pan in shape. So I'm going to give it a good try. I'll show you my ingredients. I've got 2 cans of apple pie filling. I always use 2 cans because I feel like the more apple, the better. It just, it feeds more. If I were going to home can my own apples, I wouldn't use just 1 jar. I would use 2. We're a family of 5, by the way, 5 adults. So, and 2 4-footed loving doggies. So this is going to be a caramel apple spice dump cake. Oh, I forgot to get something out. All right, I was telling you that I forgot something, and what I forgot was the finish. This is for the actual finish of the, dessert. So I'm going to top it with vanilla ice cream, and anybody who wants can have chopped pecans. And then I've got caramel sauce and a little tiny bit of sea salt. So it'll be salted caramel topping on top of vanilla ice cream on top of apple cobbler dump cake. Can you believe it? Okay, I'm using this here one. Betty Crocker Delights Super Moist Spice Cake. There's pudding in the mix. All you have to do with a dump cake is put the 1/2 cup or 1 stick of butter in a bowl and melt it. And so I will get to that next and show you what happens after that. Here's my butter melted, and I'm going to let it cool just a little bit so it's not too hot when the cake mix goes in. And I'll simply dump the cake mix in and get it all mixed together with a fork. All right, I've got my sleeve over here for the slow cooker and my Pam. And I'm just going to generously do that and put the camera down so I can be sure I'm getting it all over. All right, so I emptied both of the cans, and I would suggest, it doesn't say this anywhere, I don't think, but not use metal on the inside of this. You might scratch it up, and it might be that texture on the bottom keeps that from happening. I don't know, but I always try to use wood or silicone or something non-scratchy. So here's 2, and you can see why I would use 2. I like a lot of apples. I actually think, and I don't think like this about all things, but I think that the Great Value Walmart apple pie filling is better than some of the high price value other kinds. It has more apple, I think, and less just gelatin, which is the case in some brands. I can't think of, I'm not going to name them right now anyway, but I can't think of the brand. So here's that. Now, I said that I like a little extra cinnamon, so I'm going to use this now just to shake it across here and there. All right, now I have the cinnamon. It looks like a lot, but it's not. It was probably 2 teaspoons maybe. Cinnamon's kind of an expensive ingredient, so I wanted to ramp it up. I'm afraid that there's not maybe enough that it's going to say, wow, that tastes like really good spice cake, So the apples needed something besides just apple pie filling. And I know that they do put spice in there. So now I have about half of that package of the Kraft caramel bits. Got them in a bowl, and I'm going to sprinkle them all over and see if I can get, everybody gets a bite of caramel in their apple. Now I'm putting it in the apple and not in the cake mix because I think, I don't know for sure, that they'll melt better in the molten, cooked, hot apples than they will in the cake mix. I want it to actually be melted through the ingredients, the caramel to have ribbons. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, okay. There we go. I just tried to put some all over so that everybody, like I said, would get a bite. and it actually wasn't, I mean, I stopped because I didn't want to, usually I'd go ahead and do this, but I don't know why I didn't. I'll just put it back in the bag. So now I do my dump cake a little different. Here's where we differ. A lot of people will just sprinkle the cake mix all over the top, dry, and then they'll cut a stick of butter, half cup, into like teaspoons and put pats of butter all over. I don't do that route because I want every bit of the cake to have butter in the exact same amount. Do you know what I mean? Because if you do it in pats, I'm afraid if your oven is tippy or if just it doesn't work out, you might have more butter, say, on this piece and you do hardly any over on this piece. This way I'm spreading the love, the butter love. Okay, so my butter is cool and I'll get on that next. Half stick cold melted butter and the whole bag from a spice cake mix, Betty Crocker Delights brand. And that's all in there. I'm going to take that fork and I'm going to mix it up to crumbly is what I want. And here's what that's going to look like. It's going to look like, you know, cobbler topping almost, which is kind of what I'm going for. I was going to say, at this point I would remember, oh, I didn't preheat my oven. But here's the beauty of that. I don't have to preheat my oven and heat my kitchen up in July to make this wonderful dessert. I was thinking, you know, something else that I would like to do maybe, if you know them well, is somebody has a baby and you want to take them a meal and a dessert. This would be an awesome dessert in the fall or any time, I think. Just make sure you know them well so you get your insert back. Anyway, I'm going to start crumbling that on now. I'm just going to show you the first part. Okay, I'm going to take a handful of crumbles and I'm going to very carefully, just like I did with my caramels, make sure that everybody over here gets some love. And in the end, I'll have it all nice and covered and I'll show you that. This is ready. So, oops, I got seed. Now you want to make sure, and I didn't. Make sure you don't have anything along the edges that'll mess with your seal. Take your finger and run it along because you want that seal to seal down well. You can even take a napkin or something because I'm a mom. I just use my hands. They can all deal with it. I've come up with a name. I think I've called it several different things, but I have come up with a name. Ta-da! This is to be a spiced caramel apple dump cake. And as you can see, there's crumbles all over the top. So there's butter and love all over everything, and it's ready to go in. Now, have you noticed I've been using this towel here a lot? I got crumbs everywhere. I'm going to show you what this towel does in the end. I have it plugged in. This is my light, my ring light. But anyway, here's the cord that goes for that. And it's not very long, which is good because some products will have a cord that's too long and children can get to it. And they can get to this too. I'm a mom without little children. I have a cord way over there that I would use instead if I worried about little children. Okay, babble. I'm going to put it on high for 2.5 to 3 hours. You'll see me do that. But first I want to tell you about the towel. You don't do this with other things. You only do it with baked goods as far as I know. So I'm going to take the lid off after I told you to clean it all well. And I'm going to put a towel like this. The reason I put the towel there is to absorb the steam as this cooks so that it doesn't have a wetter, gummier texture. It'll still be a little wetter because it's a dump cake and I've just dumped butter all over the top, but it'll have a better baked texture. You're going to want to watch it if you do this because you don't want the towel to get wet from steam and then dip into your product. I mean, it's not going to ruin it, but you don't want that to happen. So I'm going to get this going on high, 3 hours, and I'll get back to you and show you what I do in the end. It's going to look so good. It's going to have vanilla ice cream and caramel. Oh, that's another thing. I didn't put pecans on the inside just because somebody might not be a fan of pecans, right? So they can add it on the top with their ice cream. Here's your on. Here's your temperatures, high, low, and warm. You can keep this warm if it gets done faster than dinner. We want high, but we don't want it high for 6 hours. We want it high for 3. I will check it at 2. That's what I'll do. I'll check it at 2:30. And then we start. Super simple instructions. Shall we pray? Like I said, I've never done this, but I can already feel heat. Maybe it's my imagination. I can't wait. It's 11:20 a.m. right now. So this should be done at, let's see, go 12, 1, 2, about 2:30-ish. We'll see. See, all this constant condensation is now dripping down. It's just started to release and drip down onto the towel. And so with any luck, that means that the top of this poke cake will stay nice and, cake-like and not pudding-like too much. So just wanted to show you how that's working. It's very warm. It's been 2 hours now, but I'm not going to lift it up yet. I'm going to wait another half an hour. I'm going to force myself to wait another half an hour before I open and have a look. I'm afraid it'll go too long, but I'm afraid it won't go long enough. Do you know what I mean? See, and there it goes, and it's landing, instead of in the actual dump cake itself, it's landing on the towel. All right, so the timer went off, and it went directly to warm after it went off. So there's that. And then it looked to me, even though it smelled heavenly and ready, it looked to me like it could use another longer time. So it's 2:30 is how long it went, 2 hours, 30 minutes. I'm going to give it at least 3, if not 3 hours, 15 minutes. I'm not sure. I'll see in a minute. Anyway, I changed out the towel. The towel that was under this did its job and soaked up quite a bit of moisture. I took the same towel and I dried everything off, and I put a clean, dry towel under it and fastened it back on. So that helps too. She's done. See that bubbly stuff? So I'm waiting for the ice cream to soften because we're going ice cream on top. But I'm going to go ahead and scoop some out. Oh, I also wanted to say, don't be afraid about cooking this too long, because it's just apples underneath. The cake on the top took a little longer to dry out all the way. At about the almost 3-hour mark, I removed the lid entirely to let it dry a little bit. We have ghosts. I don't even know what that was. It was the ice cream scoop in the ice cream bucket that fell out because I was seeing how soft it was. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and scoop it out. It's scooped out real nice and clean. Since then, some has come down, but there was a nice white, clean space there. And I used wood. Like I said, you wouldn't want to use anything metal that'll be scratchy on it. And here it is on the plate without embellishment. It's still screaming hot. And I think the apples are that dark because I sprinkled all of that cinnamon and caramel on it, the caramel candies. So I'm going to go ahead and try to put some ice cream on this. Look at that. Now, I just got this idea at the last minute. Salted caramel. Just put a little tiny bit. Like, I didn't even use the shaker. I just put that in a plate, and then I sprinkled it like that. Sorry for that jerk there. And so I'm going to give that over to someone to try. Oh, they decided they did not want, remember I said don't put pecans on it. You never know who's not going to want it. The one person does not want it. And I figured that would happen, so the next person might. This turned out great, I think. It looks beautiful anyway. If you got this far, thanks for watching. And thank you, Brenda from Maniac Grammy's Homestead, for hosting Mix It Up in the Kitchen.